I want to thank you guys so much, first of all, for encouraging critical thinking and encouraging people to think, because what religion does is makes people not really question anything about religion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Literally read the book and do what the book says and believe it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And despite all the flaws, all the immoral stuff in most books. So I want to thank you so much for opening people's eyes into thinking. Whether, they keep believing or not, that's a different story. Whether their religion is beneficial or not, that's a different story.
But at least they're being critical. So
thank you, guys. Yeah, well, we got to think. We have a brain, and we got to think.
So what did you want to talk about?
So today I want to talk about bias and both, atheists and theists. And the reason why I'm saying this, because usually the conversation goes this way. Give me a reason to believe that there is God. Otherwise, by default, there is no God. You have the burden of proof. And which is true, I agree with you guys. However, there are signs, there are things that you might want to think about and consider to, not to make a conclusion there is God, but to have doubt whether or not those gods actually exist. And I'm not talking about the classical God, the Abrahamic God or Abrahamic religions. I'm talking about, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Sumerian civilization.
I mean, I've studied some, but why don't you describe your God to us so we don't talk past you?
Okay, so I doesn't mean I'm worshiping this God. Just to be clear, I'm not. It's not like I'm saying I have a God that I worship and I love and He does the miracles and does good things for me. No. The reason why I say...
Wait, are you... Hold on.
Yes.
Chad, is this a God that you believe in?
Okay, so I believe there are gods that exist or existed or they still exist. Okay.
Okay. How do you know?
Gods? Yes. Okay, so look, that's why I brought up the Sumerian civilization. So when you look at the tablets that they found, archaeologists found, and they translated the language and what they're talking about. There is evidence that those people, whoever they claim that they were gods, existed.
Sure. So
you might say it's a mythic. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So I want to make sure that I'm following you. If I buried a copy of Spider-Man, the comic book, and brought it back up, 2,000 years from now, 5,000 years from now, would that mean that Spider-Man existed as a real deity in this world?
It's a great point. However, when you start from that, the Sumerian civilization and those tablets, and you go to the Abrahamic religions, and you make a comparison, and you see the differences between the two or similarities, you see there is a smoking gun. So what I'm talking about...
Wait a second. Where's the smoking gun?
What smoking gun? Yeah.
Okay. So I understand that billions and billions of believers does not make the religion true,
correct,
or the gods true. I understand that, and I'm with you 100%. Okay, but
so where's the evidence?
Let's say, or like I said, the problem with you guys is that.
Well, but where's the evidence?
Show me. Like I said, see what you're trying to do here is you say and give me evidence. So no matter what evidence you get, or no matter what things that is brought to light, you dismiss that.
Bullshit.
But we haven't given us any.
Yeah, no, hold on, Chad. No, I'll tell you why it's bullshit. I'm holding a mug.
Okay.
I'm holding a mug. right here. If you're not watching, I am holding a mug. This mug says "Godless Bitches" on it. There's more evidence for this mug than there is for your God currently. I'm asking. I'm not asking for good evidence. Even I'm asking for evidence at all.
Something.
Start with a piece of evidence, and then from there move on to more.
Maybe start with why do you, Chad, believe that there are gods? Just right there.
Okay. Okay. So like I said, it's the problem you guys having is that you.
But why won't you answer my question, Chad?
"Quote unquote" evidence.
You keep telling me what our problem is, and you won't answer my question.
So you dismiss everything. So that's part of.
But I haven't dismissed anything yet. I'm trying to ask you a question, and you won't give me an answer. Instead, you're going to give me a defensive response about how I'm not listening when I'm trying to ask you a question.
Okay, well, I'm not saying you're not listening at all. What I'm saying is you're biased by the fact that you're dismissing. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm bringing up an example of "quote unquote" gods that archaeologists found there existed, and you're dismissing all the idea, saying that that's if I bury a book of Spider-Man somewhere for thousands of years and someone finds it, doesn't mean that's a god or not.
Right.
So that's what are you doing?
Yeah.
So hold on. So what happened there was he was trying to predict where you were going with that. He saw where you were going, and he was trying to kind of shorten the conversation because we're on such a short show when we're trying to get to as many callers as we can. And so he's trying to help kind of get to the point really quickly. He wasn't trying to dismiss you.
Yeah.
So this is well, let's back up just a little bit and just let's start from why do you believe that gods exist? Let's just start right there, and then we can take your answer, and then we'll dissect it and try to figure out what's going on.
And to be clear, I want to add on to that, Chad. The reason I did that, she's absolutely right. Is the cutting forward piece was the logic that you just used was poor logic, and I showed you an example by using the exact same logic with Spider-Man to show you that it's not a good methodology of getting to know what is true. That is not summarily dismissing for bad reasons. If it should be dismissed because it's bad reasoning, then it should be dismissed, and you should want that too. Don't you want to know what's true, Chad?
Absolutely.
Okay, so then why would you be upset when you find out that you were using bad logic?
That should be helpful.
Oh, I'm not upset.
Okay,
believe me, I'm not upset.
Perfect.
I'm not upset at all.
Cool.
No.
Okay, so like you said, go ahead and tell us why you believe that those gods existed.
Okay, like I said, I suggest, even if it's not about, me wanting to believe that they exist or so, I'm putting out the possibility that they do exist.
How do you know that? Why do you believe that?
Hold on a second. Okay, yes, fair question. So you said first of all, you said your God. It's not my God, okay? Just FYI.
I said, why do you believe that any gods exist?
Okay. So like I said, do some research.
I'm asking you.
Yes, I did some research. That's what I'm telling you.
Right, so I could go and Google God and come up with 50,000 different answers. So I'd like to know why you believe what you believe. So I'd like to know not what Google tells me, not what other people tell me. I'd like to know directly from you, why do you believe that any gods exist?
Like I said, it's not black or white.
Yes, it kind of is.
Do they exist? Are you saying they don't exist?
No. What I'm saying is there is a possibility that those gods that they were mentioning existed.
There is a possibility, yes. So is there a possibility that Peter Pan could exist?
It's cute.
I'm actually being very serious right now.
Like I said, it's you just gotta do some research and.
So can you answer my question, please?
Okay, can you do me a favor and just do some research? And did you do it?
I've been trying. I've been doing research for months, years. I've been doing research. That's why I've decided to get down to the point and figure out why do you believe that any gods exist? And if you say it's possible, well, I'm going to say, okay, well, I found that it's possible that Peter Pan could exist. But after deciding that I wanted that to be true and doing a little bit of research, I found that I had no reason to believe that he does, but I can't prove that he doesn't, so I'm not going to go there. So why do you?
Okay, so let me ask you this. 1,000 years ago, if, let's say, now we can identify smell, right? We can identify it scientifically. We can look for and how to identify it.
Wait,
but
smell?
before 10,000 years ago, if you have a smell, whatever smell.
Snail. I thought you were talking about the olfactory sense.
I don't know what that has to do with God or any God.
Hold on, it might be an example.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to make a point.
I'm sorry.
So you smell something, right? You smell perfume, you smell a fart, whatever it is that you smell, right? Mm-hmm. So then now you could prove, right, in this era with science, you could prove that smell exists, correct?
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah. We've been.
You could prove
able
that
to...
a smell exists by sampling and asking other people, "Hey, do you smell something? Do you smell something? Do you smell something?"
We know that
we can test it.
Yeah, existence of particles in the air.
But can I prove that I'm smelling the same thing that Eric is smelling? Well, maybe.
That's kind of a different.
different.
That's a different rabbit hole that I'd rather not go down if we don't have to.
Okay, fair enough.
But Chad, go on.
Okay.
So we can prove that things are smelly because they're smelly smells, and we test them, and we can find the existence of the particulates that are creating the smelly smell, and we can test for the existence of that particulate matter.
Mm-hmm.
So we take a group of people, let's say 10 people, and they smell, and they describe what they smell, and they could, they can describe it, musty or smells good or not, and all those type of things. And then you have a scientist that comes in and analyzes the particles and confirms that the smell is this or this or that. That based on pattern and based on what they find in the air, let's say.
Okay.
This is today. So if we go back 1,000 years from now, and you have a group of people, 10 people, let's say, smelling the same thing, they could say, could point out, could agree, or 9 of them could agree that yes, that they smell something, but there's no science that backs this up. They could not prove it. Can they? 1,000 years ago.
Well, so I go on. What's your point here?
Okay, the point is the smell exists, whether or not the science confirms it.
So how do you know that the smell didn't stop existing?
Well, and even there, I kind of see where he's going. You can get in your car, Jenna, and not know how your car works, but be able to drive it here.
But if I wanted to know how it worked, then I could find out. And that's what I'm saying is this is something that I want to know, and I can't find out. I can find pieces of my car to figure out how my car works. And
you can also go to where it can get shown to you. You
I can learn about it.
So how can we learn about the existence of your God, Chad? And I'm saying you because I really don't give a...
my God, please don't call it my God.
Do you have...
Any gods.
Okay? I don't worship...
Any gods.
It's a thug. It's whatever you guys call it.
Sorry about that.
It's a thug to me. It's immoral, immoral
Any gods.
Whatever it is.
Okay, so you think that gods exist and they're assholes? You don't...
Well, there's a possibility they do exist in that way. And if let's say take the Bible, and I shouldn't take the Bible as face value. I would never do that, and I never believed in any religion, by the way, just FYI. But what I'm saying is the possibility of this thug God exists, okay? Or gods.
How do you know?
And
but why?
Like I said, I didn't finish my train of thought with the example I used. Okay.
So you're talking about smells. They didn't know how smell worked, but they could agree that a smell was there. Keep going.
Correct. So now let's take their religion as millions of billions of people talk about quote unquote proof, or the Holy Spirit was with them, or whatever it is, right? And we could dismiss all those people, right? And we say, you're insane. Okay, what you were taught when you were young from your parents, now you're repeating that. So we dismiss it and we say, no, I'm not going to believe in whatever you're saying, right? But what I'm saying is from the sample of the 10 people, you got 9 people that saying, oh, perhaps there is something there, and I feel the spirit, I feel this and this and this and that, okay? And more and more people, are we talking about billions and billions of people? Do you think those billions of people, most of them probably, they're just following. Yes, go for it.
You keep talking about how many billions of people believe this. Do you think that has any bearing on whether or not it's true?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Okay, and how about this? So, would you agree, Chad?
I'll make an analogy.
Yeah, would you agree that that there are holy texts that have described things that we know and have well documented as mental illness?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Then I think we found an example that works very well within your framework. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I mean, just like I said, I wish you guys just consider.
We are, and just keep looking for the evidence and call us back when you got it.
Yep.
Oh, I've been looking since I was 4 years old.
Okay, well, when you find it, let us know.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.